Okay, Pete, so we're coming off a weekend with another victory in the Elite League against the Manchester Storm. That's 7 out of 8 in the league now, which is a couple of wins on this time last year. Having some time to think about last weekend, how do you feel about that victory and how are you feeling about the start in general?
Yeah, it was a tough game. Manchester make it difficult for you. I said that after the game. Really tight up the middle of the ice, so they're forcing you outside. You've got to work hard to get inside. So I think it was a special teams game, and I thought the special teams were pretty much on. You know, the PK was awesome, and the PP, I think they scored twice. I like the start. You know, I think it's still a work in progress in many areas, but I think the biggest thing is how short we've been, and we've stuck at it. And we've played with 11, 12 imports most of the season, and I think the Brits have stood up, which is awesome. You know, I think that's fantastic. We have a great mix in the room. It's early. You know, everybody's going to go through it. But it's a good league. I don't think there's been many easy nights so far. We've spoken about this before. I think the league is, I think it's better this year than it was last year.
There was no game on Sunday with Coventry being stuck in Belfast. What did you do with the guys to sort of mitigate that? And as a coach, were you disappointed because you had some momentum, or was it nice to give the guys a bit of breathing space?
I was looking forward to that game against Coventry because they've started really well. I wanted to see where they were at. Really looking forward to it. But we'd organised a little break for the guys, Monday, Tuesday to come back Wednesday afternoon. We'd played a lot of hockey so far. So they got 3 days off. It was planned all right to give them days off, and it was good because there was a sickness bug in the room. So we had like a handful of guys with a sickness bug. So it was probably good to get them out of the room and let them get away. We came back on Wednesday. We skated Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today obviously, and it was good. Yeah, good vibe.
You mentioned about having some bodies down. You've got Mosey back on the weekend. You've got Carruth back in the lineup on the weekend. Are we any further to getting a couple of other guys back in the room, back on the ice?
I think there's still a little bit of time. You know, one probably closer than the other. But I don't think we should rush people. Do you know what I mean? It's a long season, and I think last year we learned a little lesson round about this time when it started going wrong with the injuries, and we're trying to put a team together. I think sometimes we just got to go with it the way it is. Do you know? And it's and I think the guys that have stepped up the lineup have done a great job, and as a team we've stuck together. So we've had a lot of adversity so far. You know, there's no doubt in it. You know, going right back to when the national team went away and we went to Denmark, leaving the guys with no players, and then coming back, and then we get more injuries, and yeah, it's been a funny old time, but I think it's brought us closer together.
Looking towards this weekend, the first chance in competitive action to come up against the Sheffield Steelers. How do you feel about this test on Saturday? Do you see this as a marker for where the Devils are, given that Sheffield are the defending champions, or is it more about your in-house philosophy that you work?
I just think it's another game. You play these teams 6 times. Listen, Sheffield's a team to beat. They're the champions. They won everything last year. They've been fantastic in the Champions League. You know, hats off to them. I've enjoyed watching their games. We had some brilliant games against them last year, and I'm sure Saturday's game, if both teams turn up, will be another good game, and we'll see what happens.
And on Sunday, the Guildford Flames are coming into this building. I can't really remember a Guildford game that hasn't had some sort of controversy or some sort of high competitiveness. Do these games have a little bit of extra spice for you, given what's happened in previous games, or is it just going about your business?
They're the games I've noticed the most. There's always something happening in the games. There seems to you think there's a local derby, you know, and I don't think it really is, but I think it's just 2 teams that play pretty aggressive. You know, they're both hard in the forecheck, and I think things boil over sometimes. But they're a good team. They've had a slow start, but they did last year as well, and look where they went. You know, got some really good players. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. They're always good games. There's always an edge to them, and the last one finished with an edge. So maybe it comes in here with that edge at the start, and we see what happens.
You've got a bit of a run of cup games as well in the next couple of weeks. How do you find that as a coach, switching between cup and league? Does that have any effect on your mentality, or how do you feel about it?
I don't know. I think it was good to kind of have a little run of league games. We kind of knew where we were. But I think there's so many games that just keep coming. I think it's just ticking them off one game at a time and trying to not get too far ahead. And so far we've been pretty good at that. We've been good at just keeping it short-term goals, and just working our way through it. And you know, there's so many games. Like we've got the cup games, you get the league, you get the Continental Cup. You know, it mounts up all the way through. So I think it's just a matter of each week it comes, start, go again. You know, and take it a day at a time. And so far, I think the leadership group in the dressing room have managed that really well. They really took good control in there. We have a good partnership between the coaches and the players right now. Good culture's growing every day, and the players are it's their culture. They've took control of it, and I think small things like that, not getting too far ahead of ourselves, pulling things back in, I think they've done a really good job of it.
Pete, moving away from the games and the results for a moment, Devils have very exciting news. You've extended your contract by 3 years from the end of this season. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? How happy are you to extend that contract, and what is it about the job the past 18 months or so that's made you want to carry on?
There's always been I'm really happy. You know, first of all, this is, I think it's the best club. You know, it's best ran club. I think the owners are unbelievable. Todd leads at the front, you know, and I think that's an awesome thing. I think it's really synced the whole way through the club, you know, and we're trying to grow it, you know, and I can feel that, and I just felt that I had some good relationships. You know, the owners were always amazing to my family as well, and I say other part, my family are so close. You know, when you come back and you've been away for so long, it's hard to go away again. You know, and I felt at home here. You know, I like it here. I like the way the whole club's ran for everybody, the staff. You know, all of us. You know, players, coaches, everybody. They look after us. I don't think there's anywhere else to be, and I think we're growing. I think we're getting better again. You know, I think we're starting to climb and we're starting to really find an identity. So I didn't really see the point in walking away for that. You know, there's a lot of work went in for everybody in the last 18 months. Same as before that, all the work other coaches and people put in. But right now, I think it's a great opportunity. You know, I've never stayed somewhere that long. I've kind of bounced around, not in a bad way, in a good way. I've kept trying to propel myself, and it went that way. And now I think I'm at a good age where I can have a project. And if you can have a project with the people like this club, you know, it's awesome. The support is unbelievable. Like, they're always there for you. You know, you just can't say a bad word about it. You know, so I'm pretty honoured to get that deal. Do you know what I mean? It shows a lot of commitment to me as well from the club, and I think with the fans, I think it's a hard place to leave. Do you know what I mean? I feel the noise is getting up each game just now. I don't know if you feel that, but I just feel it's a great time to be somewhere. Do you know, everything is. We said when I came here it was a restart, they were trying to build again. And I think we've done that over the last 18 months. I personally think we have. And, you know, so why not stay? Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky.
Pete, what would be your mission statement to the fans now for this next block? You've got, you know, we've got stability with you. You know you're going to be here now for the next few years. What is your mission statement to the fans about what they can expect from Pete Russell's Cardiff Devils?
I'd hope they can see the way we play. We'll not change. It won't change. We just want to get better at it. But we're trying to make it exciting for them. You know, make games exciting. Show a team that has a little bit of passion in it as well when it's needed. Playing a fast style of hockey, organised. But I think we talk about the process. You know, we always talk to the players. Stick to the process. Don't look too far ahead. Because the big thing in the UK is the hardest thing is if you lose a couple of games, it's, oh my goodness, we've lost a couple of games. Like, I just think we got to stick to the process and stick together. You know, and keep growing it. Like I said at the end of the season, Dan, so it would be good to create more synergy between the team and the fans. And like I love it in here, but I remember being at the old rink when I was a young coach. Do you know what I mean? And it was like that place, the roof come off it. And if we got to that stage that we brought that energy for the fans to feel that way, that'd be unbelievable. And I think with the fans and the players and the coaches and the owners and everybody together, I think it can be an unbelievable place. Do you know what I mean? There's nowhere else better to be in this country. And I mean that. You know, there's some other great clubs, but I really think there's a lot of history here, a lot of history, and I'd like us to try and make some more.
Pete, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Delighted to have you stay in Cardiff, and of course, best of luck for the weekend.
Thank you.